Hey friends, I'm John Laspina, your carnivore teacher. Where do you get your rewards from? We all seek a reward. We like to seek happiness and bliss and positive feelings. We don't ever seek out pain. We don't want to be in pain. We do everything we can. We take the path of least resistance for that reason to avoid pain and problems. Now, there are four main chemicals that give us pleasure. And one of them is dopamine. When you eat something that tastes really good, you get a dopamine hit. And there's a lot of foods that are bad for us that taste really good that give us a dopamine hit, like potato chips and Doritos and ice cream and sugar and all that junk food, especially the Bliss Point junk food that have a lot of sugar, salt, and fat combined in just the right amounts, that we get all these dopamine hits, and it's like a drug rush. And you can't just eat one, you've got to eat more and more and more and more. That's dopamine. And we can get dopamine from healthy places, but a lot of us will do anything to get that dopamine, and sometimes that includes things that are not healthy for us, like junk food. Another chemical in our brain that makes us feel good is oxytocin. When you are petting your dog or cat, or when you're holding a little baby and the baby smiles and coos, that good feeling you're feeling is oxytocin. And you can give yourself a hit of oxytocin purposefully by giving love, by loving and giving and caring. That's so helpful and positive to the human body. And these chemicals can also help in healing and preventing disease sometimes. Another chemical you've heard about is endorphins. Endorphins occur when you're jogging or running or exercising or lifting or working out. Your heart rate goes up. All these chemicals start happening and your body shoots out a little bit of endorphins. And that is kind of like a painkiller, because you may be in a little bit of pain because you worked out so hard, and it quells the pain, and it goes above the quelling of the pain, and you get this it's almost like a heroin hit. Little tiny little morphine rush called endorphins. It's natural. When I remember as a kid learning about this and experiencing it, when we had to run track and we had to do the mile, in junior high, we called it junior high, not middle school. We had to run the mile and get our time. And when we finished the mile, I remember towards the end, I would sprint really hard and really fast at the end. And then I would stop or walk, really breathing heavily. I remember this amazing hit of endorphins, like euphoria. You're sweating, you're soaked, you're breathing, but you feel good. That's endorphins. So you have dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, and the last one that I'm going to talk about is serotonin. Serotonin is something that we all have, and we can increase our serotonin by doing things that are helpful to the body. Eating properly, getting enough sleep. We get the proper amount of serotonin. If we don't get enough sleep, if we're eating a poor diet, if we have a lot of stress and anxiety in our lives, then we have less serotonin, and our uptake is less, and so we feel, I don't know if you guys know that drug that originally was prescribed to married couples who were having marital problems. The psychiatrist would prescribe a drug which increased serotonin. That stuff is illegal, obviously. I'm not going to name the drug. You can do that naturally by eating properly and getting sleep. It's why I smile all the time, because I'm eating properly and getting enough sleep and minimizing and managing stress. So dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, and serotonin. These are all natural, healthy, happy, positive, good drugs that you can give yourself by living and eating and sleeping properly. If you like this content, thumb me up and have a great day.